Okay, Spicebomb Infrared, the newest flanker of the Spicebomb line. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a test. You see, they did it. I keep saying, if you want to make a nice flanker, you stick to the DNA. You stick to the DNA and do a twist, add a few things here, take out a few things there. That is a perfect scent. Probably the best release of 2021. Hello YouTube and welcome to another video and welcome to my channel, The Art of Perfumery. I just got a bit carried away there because I'm really excited about this release. This is actually a good flanker. It's actually a very good flanker. I'm so happy that Viktor and Rolf respected the DNA of them two fragrances here, the Spicebomb and Spicebomb Extreme. I can recognize them two fragrances in this new release all the time. Beautiful fragrance. I'm really excited about this. It is probably one of the best, if not the best release of 2021 in my opinion. The presentation is pretty much the same as the other two presentations, which is great. That's something that we all know, we all like. And let's go to the notes breakdown and then I'm gonna dive right into the review. Let's do it. Okay, we're going now to the notes of Spicebomb Infrared. At the top we have red fruits, pink pepper and also saffron. In the middle we have cinnamon and red pepper, and at the base we have tobacco and benzoin. I'm gonna apply that now so you can see the distribution, which is beautiful. Take a look. Wow, it's a perfect cloud. It sprays a lot of juice. Beautiful distribution. I'm gonna feel the fragrance and I'm gonna dive right into the review. That's a very nice fruity opening indeed. Okay, when you first spray this fragrance, you are immediately received with a blast of red fruits. The red fruits are all over this opening and they are the main notes that you're gonna get when you apply the fragrance. A blast of red fruits. I would say they smell like a sweet, syrupy, like a red berry cocktail. Really nice, very syrupy. This opening reminds me quite a bit the opening of Jacques Bougar Ruby Edition. So it's in that genre, like the Jacques Bougar Ruby Edition, very fruity, very sweet. I would say it's not as synthetic as the Jacques Bougar Ruby Edition, but it is there. It's very similar. A few minutes later, I'd say around 2 minutes later, the good and old Spicebomb DNA comes to the surface, and this fragrance will definitely remind Spicebomb the original and also Spicebomb Extreme. Unlike the other fragrance, Night Vision, that has nothing to do with them fragrances, with this line, this fragrance is easily recognizable. You definitely, when you smell this, you know you're smelling a Spicebomb fragrance with all of that tobacco, cinnamon, pepper, vanilla DNA that you're definitely gonna find in this fragrance here. I would say the main difference, especially in the opening, the main difference is with that fragrance, the original Spicebomb, you're gonna be received by a citrus note. You get that citrus blast coming either from the bergamot and also from the grapefruit as well in this fragrance, which is very nice, by the way. But with this fragrance, you don't get the citrus in the opening. You're gonna get a blast of red fruits, which is absolutely gorgeous as well. It is really nice because it makes this fragrance, I'd say, a bit more playful, even than this one, even than the original Spicebomb. This is, I'd say, a bit more playful. And as the fragrance develops, you're gonna get, like I said, more and more of that Spicebomb DNA, especially with the spices. I get a lot of spices out of this fragrance. A lot of pepper, a lot of cinnamon, a lot of saffron. I would say, depending on the distance that you spray this fragrance, people probably would think that you're wearing the original Spicebomb. Depending on the distance, as this fragrance goes into the dry down, because they are different, all right? This one has this fruity vibe, but we know fragrances could smell a bit different depending on the chemistry of each person, of the chemistry of the skin. But yeah, some people might mistake this fragrance with the original Spicebomb. So I would say the biggest difference between them two fragrances, especially in the opening, it's definitely because in this fragrance you will always be surrounded by this sweet, almost sticky red fruit vibe. But when I say it's sticky, I don't mean that it's overly sweet. It's sweeter than the original, right? But it's not overly sweet. Now that's the fragrance is sweet enough according to what this fragrance is for. This fragrance is for like a night out. This fragrance is for like clubbing. This fragrance is definitely a playful scent. So obviously this fragrance has to be a bit sweeter than that one. And as this fragrance develops, you're also gonna get a floral vibe out of this fragrance as well, which I like. And I find the same floral vibe in the original as well. There is definitely a lavender, a non-listed lavender in this fragrance, which I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I love lavender, but the lavender here is very subtle. You don't get a blast of lavender. It's just a little bit of lavender that brings this nice, soft, fresh, uplifting vibe to the composition, which is very nice with this lavender. I think the lavender in this fragrance just smooths down the fragrance. It breaks down that sweetness of these red fruits, which is very welcome as well. And also the tobacco in this fragrance comes to the surface, I would say a few minutes after you apply the fragrance, around 2 minutes after you apply the fragrance, you already get the whiffs of tobacco. And I love when I apply this fragrance that I get these whiffs of tobacco throughout the day from the moment I spray until the end of the life of this fragrance. And I get the same amount of tobacco I get in this fragrance, the original Spicebomb, I also get in the infrared as well. I get way more tobacco actually in the this version, the extreme version. There is way more tobacco with cumin that kind of like roast this tobacco. The tobacco here is more roasted, is more dense, is more dark. But you get a lot of tobacco in this fragrance as well throughout the day. And the good thing about this fragrance, it performs. It performs like there is no tomorrow. Very good performer, all right. Also, as the fragrance starts to dry down, more or less about 30 minutes after you spray the fragrance, this fragrance is gonna get more creamy, which is very nice. And it's a pattern because the same happened to the original, the same happened to this fragrance as well. Of course, this is the creamiest of them all because this has way more vanilla. But as the benzoin jumps from the 30 minutes mark, it will bring this kind of powdery vibe to the fragrance, which I love, and it's gonna smooth down the fragrance as well. I would say from the 30-minute mark, this fragrance is gonna get a bit more powdery. Like I said, like it happened to this one, like it's happened to this one as well. It will happen to this one, which is also very nice. And what the benzoin does with this fragrance, I would say it will thicken that fruit syrup. It will thicken that fruity, sticky fruit cocktail of this fragrance. Lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. So at the 30-minute mark, if I have to describe this fragrance, I would say this is a sweet, a syrupy, a fruity, vanillic concoction. Also very spicy as well because I get a lot of cinnamon, a lot of saffron, pepper, and also hints of this roast tobacco. Like I said, very similar to the tobacco that I find in the original Spicebomb. And of course, added these red fruits, which is very nice. And now the question is, if I own the original Spicebomb, do I need the infrared version? If you follow my content, you probably know by now how much I love them three fragrances, the Spicebomb line, because of this DNA. And to be very honest, I can't wait to get my hands on the Parfum version of this fragrance here. I think it's going to be amazing because the Eau de Toilette is already amazing. It performs like there is no tomorrow. So I love this fragrance. I didn't like very much the Night Vision one because it didn't stick to the DNA, so it didn't get my attention. That one actually didn't want to even to grab your attention. They wanted to grab your money with that fragrance. I love this one because that one did what a flunker has to do. It is stuck with the DNA. The DNA of the original is noticeable in this fragrance. It's very evident, and there is a big difference as well, which that's what a flunker is the DNA of the original with something added. That's exactly what it is. It has the DNA of the original, and they added these red fruits. So I would say I love this fragrance so much that I'm about to say this fragrance is probably the best release of 2021. Maybe, who knows? And finally, the fragrance will end its life when the around 12-hour mark, and the fragrance ends its life more woodsy, still sweet, very powdery now with this benzoin, very fruity, spicy, with vanilla as well, and also the hints of tobacco and cinnamon. Beautiful fragrance. We are now down to the Rainies with Infrared. Yeah, we start with the presentation. What to say about this presentation? Think of the original here, when it was released in 2012. Can you imagine? Do you remember this presentation? How did this fragrance look back in 2012? This was amazing back then. Everybody wanted to have a bottle of this because the presentation, the grenade-shaped presentation, it was amazing. To me, it's still amazing to this day. I think the Infrared is even nicer looking than this one. That's why I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. And this was amazing. Now the stopper, it's a perfect presentation, 10 out of 10. We go now for versatility, weather versatility. This is not very versatile, I'll tell you this much, because of this sugary, syrupy red fruit vibe, and also because of the spices. So we have sweetness and lots of spices. It's not a very good combination for warm days. So I would skip the warm days, definitely fall, definitely winter. If you want to wear this spring, yeah, as long as it's not very warm out there, and I would definitely skip that for summer. We go now for occasions. This, I can see me wearing this on a night club for sure. If you're gonna go out with friends, this is a perfect clubbing scent. I think this was designed for clubbing, also designed for a date as well, because this is so sexy, so cozy, so yummy, you know, perfect as a date scent. If you want to go to a restaurant, as long as you don't over apply this, because this will definitely put you on the spot. People definitely will, this is a head turner, that's for sure. Especially because this lasts a long time as well, and if you over apply this, man, there's nothing you can do other than have a shower to get this off your skin. I wouldn't wear this on a serious formal occasion, because I think this has a very playful vibe. This is more like a playful scent. It's fun to wear this kind of scenarios. We move now for performance. How does this thing perform? It performs super well on my skin. This thing lasts forever. It performs like there's no tomorrow. It projects for 3 hours on my skin, and the longevity is actually 12 hours. When it hits the 12-hour mark, I don't get it anymore, but I still can get it on my clothes. So if people get pretty close to you, they're still gonna get this scent on you after the 12 hours, that is for sure. We go now for the smell. What do I think of this smell? I think this smell is amazing. I'm gonna give the same note for the smell as I gave to this fragrance here, the original. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. It's not perfect, but it's nearly there. It's nearly perfect. Okay guys, that was my review. If you like it, please don't forget to hit the like button so we push the algorithm to push my videos. Please subscribe for more videos, and don't forget that I'm Mark Lacerda, and of course I will see you in the next video. Bye!